Chicago Bears quarterback Justin Fields has shocking words about his future with the team. Hello everyone, I'm Andy here with Chicago Bears React, bringing you all of the Chicago Bears news during the season and now here in the off season. Before we dive into today's video, please take a moment, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Make sure you don't miss a thing because we're going to be covering all of the news coming out of Halas Hall and around the NFL pertaining to your Chicago Bears. Now, for today's story, we're going to take a look at an interview that was conducted and released today between Justin and the St. Brown brothers. So Amon-Ra St. Brown, who plays, of course, for the Detroit Lions, and then Equanimeous St. Brown, his brother, who plays, or who up until now has at least played for the Chicago Bears. TBD on if he will be on the Bears next season. Now, there's been a lot of talk obviously in Chicago, in the Chicago media, and on this channel about the future of Justin Fields. And many have speculated, myself included, that Justin will be traded likely in the next few weeks to one of probably the Falcons, the Steelers, or the Raiders. Those seem like the most likely options, although you never know. There could be a surprise team in there. There's certainly a number of teams that could use a young quarterback that's still on a team-friendly deal, even if it's only for a season or two. So that's been where the speculation's been at. But then news came out, news that people had figured out Justin was not following the Chicago Bears on Instagram. Oh no, this guy's following Instagram. So I didn't cover that when it came out because honestly I didn't think it was news. I don't think it was news then. I don't think it's news now. But he was of course asked about it today when he was on with the St. Brown brothers, and he had some interesting things to say. And he had this pretty funny quote, actually: "Just because you don't follow the girl on Instagram don't mean you're not messing with her." So certainly a flavorful way of putting that. But it's true, just because he had stopped following for a little bit, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. We don't have to freak out necessarily trying to figure out what's going on there. He elaborated, and the gist of it was that while he recognizes there's a lot going on between him and Chicago, and people are worried, and people are thinking like, oh no, what's going to happen? He is on vacation, and all of that speculation is all over the media, and he didn't want to be bombarded with that kind of football news on a daily basis. And so while he's still following a number of players that he likes, he stopped following the NFL, he stopped following the Chicago Bears, and it was really a mental health choice. And whether or not you think that's like the thing that you need to do is, you can make your own judgment. I know for me personally, I get it. It can be overwhelming. It can be a lot. If you're just trying to relax, it can be pretty difficult to do that when you're seeing all kinds of chatter about what's going to happen to Justin Fields. So that was his kind of take on it. But he went further, and the St. Brown bros, asked him about, what he wants to happen. And he had a couple of these quotes. One of them, quote, "I can't see myself playing in another place." And then, quote, "I would love to stay in Chicago." And he went on to talk about the city itself, to talk about the fans, to talk about the organization. And for what it's worth, I think he's being genuine. I think it's been a bumpy road. I don't think it's always been easy for Justin, but Justin has shown an ability to handle the stress of the Chicago market in a way that, someone like Mitch Trubisky could not. And I think he took it in stride. And I think he knows what a big deal it was that toward the end of the season, you have the hometown fans chanting, "We want Justin." I think that meant the world to him. I really do. And at the end of the day, I'm sure he's got a lot of mixed feelings. He's been here now for a few years. He's developed relationships. He's made Chicago his home for at least a good chunk of the year, and that would definitely be bittersweet. So, do I think any of this means anything one way or another? No, I don't. I still feel pretty certain that the Bears have already decided what they're going to do, that they're going to move on. I do think that there is a small little sliver of a chance that that the Bears actually are trying to make teams so certain they don't want to trade the number one pick that they offer a fortune for it. I think that's a small remote possibility, and you never know what will happen next week at the Combine. Those interviews, if they don't go well, the Bears might be sitting there thinking like, hey, you know what? Justin's not so bad. I don't know. So we will find out. Let me know in the comments what you think about Justin. I've certainly talked about him a lot, but as the dust is settled, as you all have had an opportunity to kind of look at some of the quarterbacks that are available, do you still want Justin? Are you thinking it's time for everybody to kind of have to kind of move on and for Justin to have a change of scenery? Let me know what you think. So thanks so much for watching, and as always, Bears fans, bear down.